Hey, it's Mike from Non-Retired Birders, and today for our Hump Day Help, we're going to be looking at the target species list on eBird.org. Now, if you don't already have an eBird account, I highly recommend it. It's not only a great way to keep track of your life list, but it also provides some very powerful tools to maximize your birding efficiency. You're out there working all week, and on the weekend, you really want to make your birding count, and eBird is a fantastic way to do it. So, to start with, we're going to go to eBird.org and click on the Explore tab. Now, this is the page with a lot of the tools that are going to make your eBirding a lot more efficient. But in particular, we're going to start with target species list down here. This one not everyone knows about, and it is incredibly powerful, especially if you're going to a new location. Now, in the region, you can enter your county or state if you're in the US, or province or full country. And you can also adjust for the time of year. Now, I'm going to go with Greenland because I might actually be heading there in August. So I'm going to set my custom date range as well from August to August. Now, from here, you've got a couple more options. You can add for your Greenland list in this case, or your world list. Now, what that means is that if I've already been to Greenland and I want to sort out some of those species I've already seen, you can click on Greenland. But in this case, I want to look at species that I've never seen before anywhere in the world that happen to be in Greenland. So I'm going to click on my world. Then I've got a few different options here for the type of list. Either my life list for my whole life, my year list, which if you're a pretty serious lister, if you're trying to do a big year or something like that from January to December. You could do your month list, try to maximize the number of bird species you can see in a given month or in a given day. Now I'm just going to leave it at life list, and we're going to show our target species. This is going to give me a list of species that I've never seen before to kind of get hyped about, as well as species that are good to study so I know what I'm looking at when I get there. In this case, I have a potential of seeing 23 new species in Greenland. Now, it's a big country, so you could narrow it down to a smaller province, or in the case of the US, a county, and I highly recommend it because that'll help give a much more efficient look at the species that you could potentially see. Now, as we're looking at this list, it sorts it by percentage frequency, which I really love. So in this case, for northern fulmar, I could see it 49% of the time. So about every 2 times I go out birding, there's a good chance I could see a northern fulmar. Now, of course, it's a pelagic species, so I definitely need to be near the water for that. But this gives you a good prioritized list of species to study for and to potentially expect while you're out there. Now, as you scroll down, you'll start to see species that drop below 1% frequency. Now, I typically ignore these because these are rarities and it's pretty unlikely for you to see them, but it's good to know they're there. So that is target species list, a great way to figure out what species to study when you're going to a new area, or just what species to get interested in if you're heading out on the weekend.